Pyrmont Heritage Boating Club is essentially a not-for-profit little club here on the harbour side. We have as our charter to encourage people who would not normally get on Sydney Harbour to get on Sydney Harbour. We're running Work for the Dole programs, which we've continuously run now for 3 years, where people who are on Centrelink payments, they have a requirement to work a number of hours every week, and what we've been doing here in the club for a number of years now is providing an opportunity for people who are interested to come down here and get their hours working down here, restoring boats, learning Sydney Harbour heritage, getting an opportunity to get out on the water, whereas we've got a lot of enthusiastic people who come here and really enjoy the program, and when they leave they've learnt a lot. They've learnt skills. We give them skills on hand tools here, we give them skills on power tools, we give them basic knowledge of how boats are built and how to use them on the water. Yeah, we've got two classic Sydney Harbour small boats there. The first one is Sweet 16. She's a 16-foot skiff from the mid-1950s. When she was designed and built, she was a very radical boat for her day. Double diagonal Australian red cedar laminated hull. The second boat is an absolute mainstay of Sydney Harbour racing. It's a Northbridge Senior, designed in the 1960s by a group of guys sitting around a table at the Northbridge Sailing Club. So they wanted to design a boat that had all of the fun and excitement of those boats but didn't need a trapeze or a spinnaker. The oldest boat in our fleet is behind us there, which is a flood boat. It was built by the Australian Royal Navy. They're beautifully built boats. They've got Cowrie below the waterline, New Zealand Cowrie below the waterline, Australian red cedar above the waterline. They were built very light. They row like a dream, and we're looking forward to getting onto a major restoration project with this one and get it back out there rowing.
We are now under Anzac Bridge in Pyrmont in Sydney. So this is a working part of the harbour. You have the tugboats, you have the charter boats, you have the super yachts, you have the international yachting coming from all over the world. This is the safe anchor for international yachting, just near the fish markets in Pyrmont. And the Pyrmont Club is standing under the Anzac Bridge. 15 vessels in different states of being repaired, from very small 6-foot vessels, timber, to 80 feet vessels, so from 2 metres to 23 metres. All different kinds, sailing, rowing, and so people are able to come down, be a part of the restoration, also be a part of using the vessels, training to learn to use it, and being part of the culture of the harbour, taking those vessels to the rest of the harbour in regattas, in racing, or just in pleasure, picnic on the harbour. And so that's what it's about in the middle of the city, so people can have that facilities. Pirates of Plastic, yes, they're a very good team. So they have their different abilities and they come here to learn the boat. But the best thing to do is they say, what's our purpose? And so we would go and pick the plastic from the harbour. Wow. So we have our stick. There's the huge problem in the world of plastic in the water. And one of the 10 best things that anybody can do is take the plastic from the water. So we go travelling around the harbour and we pick up all the plastic. And those people have been doing it for 2 years now. And slowly they become proficient on the boat. They learn the rowing, they learn the fenders on the side, they learn the ropes, the knots. So slowly they build their skill, but also they do something good for the environment at the same time. For the environment, and we use the longboats here. These are copy of 17th century ship's workboat, and so we use this for training for then the big 23-metre Viking ship.
This boat was donated to the club 7 years ago, and since we've had the ship, we've slowly been trying to restore it with the limited funds that the club has. This boat was built in the 80s. Yep. The original that this is a replica of was built in 800 AD, and it was found in a burial mound over in Norway.
Yeah, we're going to restore the Viking ship.
Yep.
And to start off, we're going to go to the structural members, with mainly the frames, cut and twist as you're cutting, and that turned out actually to be faster than using electric planes and things like that, because It takes the whole chunk off at once, and it's it's a lot more fun than sawdust and chips. So that's how we ended up doing it, the traditional way. Which turned out to be the fast way. It's nice when that happens.
And we are fitting new frames into the ship, so we're sort of going through a process. We're removing every second one and replacing it. Yep. And then we'll come back later and remove the ones that we didn't remove when the new ones are in, and we'll take them out and then replace them. Quite a historic sort of a vessel, even though it is a replica. There's only 3 that I know of in the world that have been built on the same lines of that particular ship. So she's quite an interesting vessel as far as that goes, as being only one of 3 others that are still sailing, which are in Norway. So she's probably the only Viking ship of this size in the southern hemisphere that I know of.
We hope to have a permanent home here in the building behind, number 1 Bank Street. At the moment we're not there, but hopefully we will go there. We have a grant to make the building good, and hopefully we'll be in there the next few months. So we actually have a home rather than just working from containers and things like that. Here we have the philosophy, we use the boat. So we use the boat for whatever purpose, training, education, environment, and therefore if you use the boat then you learn how to maintain the vessels and learn the skill, working in a team, sailing in the team, and working for the environment too, and working for the community, making a community space. That's what we're about. Yeah.